she's checking us out quite carefully. The rest of her herd is behind her and then all the way around to the left. And she came across the road, gave us a bit of a look and a stare as if to say, don't cause trouble, Sonny Jim, and then she moved off. Now the rest of them are around here. And I think it's quite a large herd. Now, the other good news is that the weather seems to be clearing quite nicely. Look at this one here, Brian, moving its tree. You see, they love doing this because underneath these trees, remember we said at the beginning of the season when they were pushing all these trees over, we said often that they create a whole little ecosystem underneath them. And there you can see the perfect guinea grass plant that he's looking for. That's what he wants to eat. And the guinea grass grows under the trees in the shade, especially under an acacia tree, because an acacia tree is actually part of the legume family. And what it does is it puts nitrogen into the soil, and the panicum or guinea grass likes to grow in nitrogen-rich soil, and that's why it grows underneath those trees like that. So the whole little ecosystem is being created for the guinea grass, and that the elephant now taking advantage of it. I'm pretty sure that the elephant that pushed that tree over had no idea that that would be the case. A whole lot more here. Now that thing's eating a jackalberry tree, just doing some pruning. Thankfully not damaging it too badly. Just like to see if they can't terrify the wits out of somebody. He's also thinking about pulling over a tree, but he's also, this is him having a look at us. He's pretending to feed. I don't mean to laugh at you, but you do look rather hilarious when you turn around like that and stick your tail in the air. Hello. Look at this amazing dexterity in the foot. Hammer, you're a new viewer. It's wonderful to hear from you. Hello. You say, what time of year do they give birth? Hammer, they don't give birth at any specific time. They're aseasonal breeders, which means they'll breed any time of the year. And you'll probably find that there's a All right, let's go a little bit forward because there's others in front. What a very, very, very good inquiry, to which I'm not entirely sure I know the answer. I'm just going to... Never mind that one, Brian, it's in such deep bush. Vanessa, you're saying, why do we never see elephants mating? I've seen it once, but that's in 12 or 13 years, and I'm going to suspect because they do it at night. I think that's probably why. When it does happen, it's not like it's unobvious. What happens is the female must acquiesce to the male's request, otherwise she just walks off and it becomes impossible for him. But she's also got to reverse into him, and in order for that to happen, there's a huge amount of noise that goes on. Bushes get broken, no doubt millipedes get trampled, and so do scorpions and other animals living in the ground, and they also squeal. They make a huge noise, that loud noise that they make. So it's not like you can't tell if it's happening, and I think it's probably largely because they engage in the activity of procreation at night. So I'm going to say, Vanessa, that's probably why. In the background, you can hear the orange-breasted bushshrike. Gorgeous. Oh, and as the sun comes out, the Diedrich's cuckoos, at least the class's cuckoos, start to call. It's incredible. So do the larks, a couple of robins, some canaries, grey-headed bushshrike. All of them calling as it's got a little bit warmer. There's another little one coming across the road behind. You'll hear me pause slightly every time I say Brian's name because Byron is around and it's very difficult to say the two. Daniel, this is a very common misconception, and I had the same misconception until I became a guide. You say, why is it that elephant females are named after cows? They aren't. Daniel, what we do is we call female cattle cows and male cattle bulls. So in the same way that we call female elephants cows and male elephants bulls, and in the same way that we call female whales are called cows too, and the males are called bulls. So when it's just come into kind of English usage that when we say cow, we mean female cattle, when in actual fact the term cow doesn't refer to cattle. It refers to lots of different kinds of female mammals. So that's why. And this other one is now dragging a marula tree out the way. Let's move it slightly forward. So Daniel, does that answer your question? It's certainly a very common misconception that people think that we are naming female animals after female cattle, but it isn't the case. So the animal that is a cow, or a traditional sort of farm animal cow, is actually, it's cattle. The name is cattle. That makes sense. And it comes from something called an auroch, which was a wild animal domesticated somewhere around North Africa and the Fertile Crescent about 10,000 years ago.